you gonna sell us this sad-ass TV?
Up here, you blind monkey bitches. Before I get out my bitch be gone spray and spray you. Bitch be gone, bitch be gone.
Hey, Smokey back here taking a shit.
Gazelle!
Well, I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
First of all, you need to calm the fuck down and go gargle, funky. Girl, it look like you got your ass whipped.
Oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Oh, I want 150,000.
But we can start out of court right now for 20 bucks. Man, straight make some barbecue, bitch.
Devo! Devo! Man, you should have been bobbing and weaving. Look at you. Get up! Since you ain't, let me not take these screws. Bitch, what, mama? And you can have your knife. Cause I steal, I don't kill.
Now, did you at least pinch the bitch?
Numbers was 38.
I don't know, my nigga. At all. That's an ugly ass number. All I know
It
that's
is.
a gun. 38 is a gun. 38 special.
Damn, that might be the top. That might be the title of the episode. 38 special.
38 special.
Shit. Well, today's episode once again is brought to you by some shit we won't name, but goddamn it, this might be the lit episode. Shit.
The lit episode.
Friday,
Nigga got paid.
and there's drink present.
Let's go.
These be my favorite episodes. So yeah, welcome everybody to the Fuck That Shit Dog podcast.
Yes, sir.
We in here.
That's right.
Y'all already know who I am, Veezy.
Qurious.
Let's get this shit started.
Let's
Now,
go.
again, somber shit out the way first.
Somber shit.
Cause we lost two legends this past week. And you know, this the raw shit right here. So ain't no mixing been done. Ain't no, intros, nothing been cut, nothing. I'm doing a whole AJ Johnson medley in the beginning of this episode. Just to let you know right now. Our I guess you want to call him our favorite crackhead, even though that might be his most recognizable role, but he plays some doper shit than just Ezel. You know what I'm saying? But we want to say rest in peace to AJ Johnson, Anthony Johnson. You know him as Ezel. You know him as Blue from I Got the Hookup. You know him as the one of the two caterers from House Party 3. You know him as, what was it? I don't remember the name. But the nigga from did you even pinch the bitch? From God damn. The stripper movie with Ice Cube. Players Club, yeah. He was in that. He was in a whole gang of movies, man. And he was a dope ass stand-up comic. So Hood legend. Shout out to him. Shout out to his family. And then a couple days ago, we lost another legend, a mega legend in my eyes, Melvin Van Peebles. You know what I'm saying? The genius behind he we already talked about how he ushered in the blaxploitation era with Sweet Sweetback's Badass song. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And if you go see it, watch Badass, the movie that depicts the making of that movie, because it gives you a lot more understanding. Because the Sweetback's Badass song is kind of hard to follow because it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like he running through most of the movie, he running, like just running through the movie. So, But yeah, shout out to Melvin Van Peebles, the genius behind Posse. Him and Mario Van Peebles, they just black giants in the film industry. When you talking about doing for self and shit like that, like Melvin Van Peebles is at the top of that when you come to film. Him, Mario Van Peebles, they've been making their own movies for a long time, producing their own films, directing their own films. You know what I'm saying? And when you get those black movies where it's a black cast, black director, black damn everything, that's Melvin Van Peebles. You know what I'm saying? That he's like the man behind that type of, we gonna make this movie on our own. You know, and then that movie that's coming out with Regina King and Idris Elba. The title slips my mind, but it's a cowboy movie. Jonathan Majors is in it too. Dude from Lovecraft Country. Thank you. Yeah, he in it too. So that movie right there reminded me a lot of Posse. So like, where the whole movie was just black as hell, dog, and I love it. I love it.
Big Daddy Kane was in Posse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
So hell yeah. Shout out to them two legends. We're gonna miss you. But definitely their memory gonna live on, because you can't slip and fall nowhere without going, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. You know what I'm saying?
Great scene.
So I mean, hey, you know what it is. And then we got to talk about what's going down in Haiti. Just we ain't gonna breeze through it, but we gotta talk about it because it's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot, and I didn't want to make it the main topic because, well, let's just say I just didn't. I started to, and it was like, no, I wanted to talk about something different, but it's. I'll say it's funny to me that while we have thousands of Afghan refugees being welcomed into the country because of the shit that went down in their country,
right?
But then when you have Haitians who are escaping, their government's been destabilized, the president was assassinated, they just had a terrible earthquake that ravaged the land.
You turn them around.
Yeah, and it's like you got people that are looking for better opportunities elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, y'all can't come here. You get here, you get sent directly back. You go through Mexico, we stop you at the border. You try to sneak in, you got niggas on horses whipping them and shit. Like, you seen that shit?
Yeah,
that's crazy as fuck. And then, like, they it's a whole circus around that shit right now. Cause you had, Al Sharpton down there. What the fuck for why? He down there. He gave a speech, got heckled by some white people. That's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Maxine Waters spoke about it. And then I'm gonna tell you the thing that she said that upset me, even though I agree with mostly what she said. She did say, she said what we witnessed at the border is worse than what we witnessed with slavery. And again, stop comparing shit to slavery. There's nothing worse than fucking slavery. All right? Not a goddamn thing. When it comes to black people, there ain't a single thing done to us that's worse than slavery was. So let's just cut that shit out.
Cut it out, my nigga.
What's happening at the border is atrocious, to say the least. but it ain't worse than slavery. And it's just like, I don't get it. Not the Maxine Waters part. I don't get what the fuck is like. What did Maya Angelou tell you? People show you who they are, believe them.
Right.
She said that, right?
Right.
Y'all did all this stumping to get Biden in. And I know the policy at the border was Trump's policy. But you the president now. This is your administration. What's being done to erase nigga when Trump got in office, he went to work erasing everything he could that Obama did. Right? Right?
Right.
Yeah. Biden. What the fuck is going on? A lot of these Trump policies are still in place and still affecting people. But hey, anybody better than Trump, right? It is what it is.
Well, I mean, you look at it and you just kind of disgusted by it, but like you said, the thing about immigration, no matter what, you look racist.
Mm-hmm.
You look racist no matter what, and there's no actual way it can be fixed. If it was gonna be fixed, it should have been fixed in the early 1900s. If you was gonna shut down everything and be like, "Can't nobody come over here," it should have been done then. No matter however you slice it or whatever you do now,
Right.
you just look racist. You know what I'm saying? Unless a person does bad while they over here, you send them back. No questions
Because
asked.
that's what it was. You
I mean, that's the only way to do it in somewhat of a fair manner. But
right.
I don't know if. But the thing about it is like, okay, should there be a cap on how many folks should be able to come over here? Is this, when shit happens in this place, should all of them be able to come over? You know, but it's like
but
you
you
can't
know
have.
what it is if they don't care if the immigrants are white.
Yeah, you just, but like, well, exactly. So it's like you can't have that double standard because why we sit up here and have these conversations about is America racist? And me and my partner say, hell, fuck yeah. Hell, fuck yeah.
Most definitely. Yes, they're racist.
Definitely. Racist as fuck, man.
You are a bitch ass nigga.
You know,
Racist as hell. I seen something where it's like it's 100,000 undocumented Canadians in America living here,
living their best life,
not being hassled at all. Like it ain't no problem in the northern border. You notice this? They don't even have the type of security in the northern border that they do at the Mexico border and in Florida and all that shit, where brown people can come in. They don't give a fuck if you white and you sneak in this bitch. As long as you living your little white life, they'll give you a path to fucking citizenship. And you know, we know why this is. We know exactly why this is. The motherfuckers is terrified of being overrun in their own fucking country. They terrified of that shit. The overt racist ones is terrified of that shit. The covert racist ones is terrified of that shit. As long as they the majority here, everything is fine. Once they are no longer the majority, it's a problem. And when I say majority, I mean black, brown, yellow, whatever the fuck, color, being more than them. Right now, white people are what? 50, 60 something percent of the country?
right?
Yeah, maybe more. Black people are 12, 13, maybe 14%. Mexicans are about 18, 19%. You know what I'm saying? And that's those are the two majority of the minorities. And I hate using the word minorities, but as it relates to population in this country. So that's what it is. You get this influx of immigrants from the South, and it's a problem. But when it's people who they can who they can classify as white, and a lot of them white Arabs classify as white just because they Middle Eastern, which is a fucked up term too. Just because they come from Afghanistan don't mean they can't classify as white. Not every, like, a lot of them are Europeans. A lot of them are descendants of Europeans. A lot of Jewish people in Israel are descendants of Europeans. That's why America's so fucking cool with them. If there was a bunch of brown people over there, it'd be a problem. That's why they have a big ass problem with Palestine. There's a bunch of brown ass Muslims. They brown and they Muslim. Big problem for America.
Crazy. I don't know, man. I mean, that reflection, and still we can have debates about critical race theory. You know what I'm saying? As if, it's all relative. It's all relative. And still we are, it's not for us to cry the woe is me flag, but it's like it's the writing is on the wall, as how we treat, immigrants with a certain skin tone, the people who are here with a certain skin tone.
Yeah.
It's we like everything about y'all, but y'all. Still.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell.
Mm.
What that nigga said on the interview? They hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell.
Man. Yeah. It's wild, man. But it's like we sit there and we have these debates, and on major platforms, it seems like the truth is never ever put out there. Like I said, yeah, brothers like yourself or myself who'll say what's actually going on, and then it's like, oh, you're not that red. How could you say such a thing? No, we see it over and over again. So there must be some substantial, something to our claims. It's like, okay, this large group of people being turned away. This group here is what do they have in common? They'd be like, race. Oh, we don't use that word here, sir.
Bruh.
We don't use that word. Like the fuck?
It all boils out. I stand with Haiti, man. I stand with Haiti.
Still.
I have, I always have, and I always will. Like, I don't understand. No, I do understand what's going on.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off that it's like that. How you can just, and then the treatment. And then going back to the administration, the criticism. Like it just started a crescendo maybe yesterday to today. But nigga, when we was talking about, babies in cages last year and the year before, all damn near all 4 years of the Trump administration, we was talking about internment camps and all that shit. The left was in an uproar.
Yep.
The left was in an uproar.
Definitely.
It took so much motherfucking noise. It took people making so much noise for them to even just. The president and vice president still ain't been to the border. You know what I'm saying? How many times Kamala went to the border when she was running for vice president just to say, look how fucked up Trump is? Ain't been to the border once. It's just, I stand with Haiti, man. Fuck all this shit. Let's move to the next topic. So we got the BMF series debuting this weekend on Stars.
Hey, that's a big deal. Hey, it looks crazy. I'm excited, man. They was talking about this at least maybe 4 to 5 years in development. It's exciting. I see some fresh faces on there. Black people getting jobs. Great story. We hate the fact that it glorifies something that basically destroyed our community, but at the same time, seeing people coming up and shoot. I mean, it's entertainment. Everyone likes a good gangster flick.
That's true. That's true. I'm definitely gonna watch it. My thing is, we got to be able to, for every BMF, for every power, for every gangster flick, there should be another black filmmaker, black TV producer producing the positive shit. Just like when we was talking about BT last week, like again, Teen Summit,
There's got to
shit
be a
like
balance.
that.
Got to be a balance.
What was my man's with the dreads, cousin Jeff Johnson. Yeah, they need to bring that type of entertainment back to level it out. Like, yeah, there's this gangster shit, the gangster aspect that we, I want to say sort of glorify, but at the same time, in all these gangster flicks, the bad guys do still get caught.
Still.
You know what I'm saying? Big Meech and his brother go to jail.
At the end
At
of
the
the day.
end of the, that's the story. Ghost gets shot at the end of Power.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying?
We still get shot.
Motherfucking what's my man's name? In Public Enemy. John Dillinger gets shot.
Still.
Nigga, set it off. Cleo
still get shot.
Runs into the motorcade, and then I cut the fucking movie off. And she gets shot.
Still.
Like, yeah, so there's a thin line between glorification and romanticization.
All right.
You know,
I had that word on my brain too.
When you put that shit on film to tell the story. You know what I'm saying? Glorification, I would say, relates more to the music, to hip hop.
Right.
Where, rappers are rapping about that lifestyle. And a lot more in the sense, if they never lived that lifestyle, but they're glorifying what they see in the streets.
Right.
Especially if they never lived that lifestyle and they talking about all the niggas they shot and motherfucking weight they move, and you never really moved any weight and you never shot nobody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's a glorification. Romanticization is just painting a picture and just telling the story in the most extravagant way you can do it. A lot of exaggeration in it. Like, there's a lot of things that we see on TV in these type, especially if they're based on true stories. Like, that shit didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But everyone
they
likes
made
a
it
good
so
come up.
it's got to be entertaining. So they got to make it look as gangster as possible.
Yeah. Now there's some gangster shit that happened during those times, but the whole from nothing to something story, it just for whatever reason with us, it never gets old because hey, you go from not having
and
shit.
That's usually how our people went from nothing to something. They had to get their hands dirty in the middle. They had to sell some drugs. You had to steal some cars. You had to steal from people.
Still.
You had to do some stuff to get to a better life. And sometimes you made it out and went legit and then turned around and started doing good. Sometimes you just couldn't let street life go and it consumed you. And you ended up dead or in jail.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it.
I am too. I can't wait. Dog,
I'm excited.
Bruh, I like this type of shit, man. It entertains me.
Yeah.
It entertains me. Like,
it's history.
I'm not about to watch this shit and go out and shoot people.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, we
although the voices in my head tell me to shoot niggas all the time.
I wish I could pop this nigga.
That's a callback to another episode.
All you spicy ass niggas.
Yeah, this shit finna be dope, man. This shit finna be dope. Something else that's fucking dope, dog. The Fugees is back to fucking together, man.
All right, so with that being said, okay, I got something for you. I guess it started yesterday in New York. Had a show in NYC. They said
when was this?
Yesterday.
It was a show in New York yesterday?
Yeah, just started.
Oh, shit.
So this lady made a post. I don't know how factual it was, but they said that they made them wait 3 hours. Showtime was 7 o'clock.
Lauryn Hill.
They had them wait 3 hours. The motherfuckers did 6 songs. Just think about it now. Made them wait 3 hours. They only did 6 songs. You owe people albums. You didn't do nothing from the score. She didn't do nothing from the Miseducation.
So what songs did they do?
God bless and good night.
What songs did they do?
They might did a couple songs from the score. They didn't do nothing from Miseducation. They probably did a couple songs from the score. But 25-year reunion to come out there and kind of do it like a dud type.
It's the 25th reunion of the score, so they had to do songs from the score.
Yeah.
So what the hell are y'all touring for?
Yeah, I mean that's their only really big album. The first one, people slept on the first album. Nappy Heads, Vocab, people slept on the first one. The score was the shit that made the Fugees the shit.
Right.
Score.
Okay, refresh my memory.
Which one?
The score has Ready or Not, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The score.
So what was the first one?
That's the one that had nappy heads like, I'm on Lisa. Can I get a date on Friday? And if you're busy.
All right.
Yeah. You don't even know that, do you?
Nah, that shit didn't.
That shit classic.
That shit didn't reach us in Michigan.
Yeah,
well, they didn't reach me.
Yeah, so I mean, it was cool, but slept on. Like I said, the score was their big shit.
Mm-hmm.
The score, the videos from the score, and I guess they only did like a couple songs. So I mean, they got to come a little harder than that if you want to just continue that fan base. And
I'm going to tell y'all right now, do not expect no different. Y'all been complaining about Lauryn Hill for years. Why do y'all expect any difference now? It's been the same in all her concerts, all her shows. But damn, to make them wait 3 hours, was there any opening acts? Who's sitting in a damn concert hall or club or wherever, stadium, wherever they motherfucking getting theater, wherever they performing? Who's sitting there for 3 hours? I'm not sitting nowhere for 3 hours waiting for nobody to sing a damn song. If I want to listen, you gonna make me 3 hours to watch you sing songs from an album that I already have in the tuck? I would just ride around and just play the score. Like, fuck it. Give me my money back.
Man.
That's why I don't go to concerts, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm not no big concert goer.
Right.
Like, I'm not no super fan that, the only concert that I'm real life pissed that I ever missed was Trina at Flavors. You remember that night?
No, I don't remember that night. What were you doing?
You was at you came to Cookman.
I was there.
Spring of 01.
Yeah.
I'm trying. That's when you started.
Yeah.
You might not have been there. I think this was fall of 01. Fall of 2000.
Okay.
You might not have been. Wait. Spring 01. Yeah, you was there.
Okay.
You was there. Because ain't get there till.
No, we came same time. No.
Came fall of 01.
Yeah, he came fall.
He was sophomore year.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. You was there. Yeah, you was there.
Yeah.
That's when we all got together in what's the name room? We was all in room, drinking, smoking, getting fucked up. And I think it was I know it was the spring because they had the football team had what's that shit? Had recruits with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I rode with nigga. Got there, long ass line as usual at Flavors. Bro, I sat on the curb, head started spinning. And I'm like, I'm not gonna make this motherfucking concert. I got up, went home, and the rest of the story is fucking me in a pile of fucking vomit. But yeah, y'all had a good time though. I don't know. Was you there?
I don't know, because I used to didn't like the way they used to hold the line for hours and hours and stuff, trying to make you pay that 20, $30.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, if anything, I might just got pissed off and, walked off.
But you was good for that, so
Yeah.
yeah. But I know that's the only. And then there was another time Trina came that I just couldn't go because I ain't had the money, and I ain't want to borrow it from nobody because I had a bad experience in borrowing from somebody. So I was like, fuck that, I ain't asking that. I'm not. I'm just not gonna ask.
Mm-hmm.
If the last time I borrowed money from you was such a big deal, just not
Like,
gonna do it.
right.
Oh, but Art, you couldn't borrow from nobody else? Nah, nah. I'm not that type of nigga to just keep begging motherfuckers. It's a couple people that I trusted to borrow money from.
Mm-hmm.
First time I did it, didn't turn out so smoothly. So I never asked again. Never asked again. And it took a while to get comfortable with other people to do that same thing. So yeah. And I think that one was freshman year. So the first time I missed Trina was that one. The second time was sophomore year when we all got together, and that was Flavors. And yeah, I'm mad at myself for that shit.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm not no big concert goer. If I hear Lauryn Hill is in town and I know her reputation, I'm just gonna skip that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's exciting, I mean, for people who have that nostalgic, feeling for the Fugees and stuff. Like, I'm a Fugees fan, but I don't like them enough to wait for it. At least, definitely not no 3 hours.
Not no 3 hours, nigga. 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe
Yeah.
1.5 hours.
Well, like for instance, I went to a concert with the Locks. Uncle Murder came out. Chris Rios came out. Big Pun's son.
Mm-hmm.
Some other dudes came out. You know, it was good. Then 50 Cent even came out.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was entertaining from the beginning to the end. When I say the damn Locks basically did their verses, they gave a nigga about 30 songs. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? Just
But that's what you want from a concert.
yeah, you didn't feel cheated. You didn't feel cheated at all.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when Gucci Mane came down to Daytona, and his only song was "So Icy."
Yeah.
So the concert wasn't Gucci Mane because he got up there and he did "So Icy" and that was it. But the concert was
Mm-hmm.
the opening act niggas getting on stage rapping and whatever. This was South Beach, but I don't know if it was South Beach then.
That probably was South Beach.
On Main Street.
Yeah.
It was probably South Beach then.
Mm-hmm.
He came out. He might have did a couple other songs, but I know for a fact all he had at the time was "So Icy."
That everybody knew.
Yeah, you know, Jeezy wasn't there.
Right.
This was. I mean, this was right when "So Icy" came out. This was probably a couple weeks after that shit came out. He was in Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Lil Wayne came to South Beach, did 3 songs. I'm lying. That nigga did about 10 songs.
I definitely missed that shit.
Now y'all had been graduated and gone by then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's crazy, crazy. But but I mean, maybe it might pick up and be better, and maybe they might actually come out on time. But shoot, but we can move on from that.
Yeah, I mean, you talking about a group that hasn't performed together in years and is just rekindling their relationship. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next topic.
Yeah.
So I know you've seen the back and forth with Diddy and JD.
Yeah.
So Diddy was like the idea of him versus JD just don't fathom him. Like he told JD, "Nigga, your arms too short to box with God." JD come back and said, "Nigga, I'm in the seat that Diddy can't buy. This nigga in the Songwriter Hall of Fame."
Mm.
So let me ask first question:
Yep.
Is JD a worthy opponent for Diddy? And 2, who wins in that versus?
When you really think about it, it's a lot closer than what people think.
I'm with you.
JD is responsible for rekindling Mariah Carey's career.
Mhm.
He's big on Confession.
Mhm.
Shoot.
Didn't he write for Janet Jackson? I know he dated Janet Jackson, but didn't he write for her?
Yeah, well, maybe, possibly. You gotta put in that escape life.
Escape. And don't sleep on Crisscross and fucking Lil Bow Wow.
And people can front like this. This is the thing that I hate about.
Front if you want,
everybody.
Nigga. Jump Jump
Was hot.
was fucking the number one
hot.
song in the country.
It was hot.
Bounce With Me was the number one song in the fucking country.
Yeah. So I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You can say what you want, but JD has quite a few hits, song credits, like legit. Like
he writes. He's a writer. He's a songwriter. He has he up there.
Yeah, Diddy got people to write for him.
Yeah,
he is responsible for producing, but
no.
He got some production credits.
He's got production credits. Diddy is that type of producer like we was talking about, like Khaled. Mm-hmm. He sit in the room and he orchestrate the thing and tell you what to do. But he ain't no beat maker.
No,
he's not an instrumentalist.
No,
you know what I'm saying? He curates the songs that he's gonna sample. Mm-hmm. Gives it to the I want you to sample this song. Gives it to the beat maker or the producer. They chop it up. And now we gonna do this.
I mean, and it's closer. It's like, okay, are we doing rap or are we doing R&B? Number one, I don't think you can mix the two. If you're gonna do R&B, let's do your R&B hits versus my R&B hits. If you're gonna do rap versus your rap,
shit, no, mix them up.
Well, if you're performing, if you're supposedly pushing these in front of a crowd to see which one gets the reaction that you need, as far as sound quality, as far as certain things like, Diddy could have that edge, but it doesn't mean the songs are better.
You don't think Jump Jump will get a reaction out of 30-year-olds who were
around that time,
8, 9, 10 at the time?
I mean, I believe so.
If I hear Jump Jump, I'm a Jump Jump.
No, but what Diddy gonna play? Is he gonna? I mean,
doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter because, I mean, around that time, well, Biggie, I don't think Biggie was out.
No, Biggie came out in 94, but like 93, 94. So
the first Crisscross album
like 92, 93.
Yeah.
Crisscross was out around that time.
Yeah. So look, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people our age, we was listening to Big, but we wasn't really supposed to be listening to Big.
Nope. You're supposed to be listening to Crisscross.
You're supposed to be listening to Crisscross.
Yeah.
Now, who say that you weren't? You can listen to both. You can like both. I listen to both. I like both. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, Jump Jump.
Yeah.
In a versus with Big, what does Puffy play when JD plays Jump Jump?
What does he play? He can play plenty though.
I'm just saying that matches that energy, that nostalgia. For a bunch of 30, 40-year-olds that was 12, 8, 9, 10 at the time.
Well, if you got Puff Daddy in the family, if you doing that album that when, like I said, like what the dude say? He said, have the Puffy play I'll Be Missing You.
Puffy can play I'll Be Missing You. That's a home run, but I don't think he'd play it in that.
No, he shouldn't. That would be bad because it just doesn't match. But I mean, it just depends, man. It just depends. Mm-hmm. 20 for 20. Now I saw on this other particular show, they said Dre don't even have to do all that.
Dre don't want to do verses, but
he just do damn Product 2000.
Dre will watch Puffy. I don't know why these niggas keep calling Dre name. Like, Puffy, with all due respect, you got Biggie, right? Puffy, you got Biggie. Dr. Dre has NWA, himself, Exhibit, Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Game. Puffy, sit your ass down. You got Biggie and Craig Mack in the band.
Mm-hmm.
Like, rappers didn't succeed under you. Oh, Mace.
Who don't want
But
to be
beyond them three niggas, rappers didn't succeed under everything I touch. This one made me mad about Puff when he said, everything I touch. Nigga, no. The band, no. Y'all had that one song, but then the shit flopped. Your other making the band shits didn't do too well.
Vanity Kane. Nope.
Like, nigga, you don't have the Midas fucking touch, nigga. You've been out of the music scene for a while because
Shit
without
like
without Biggie, without Mace, and you couldn't fully grab a hold of Lil' Kim. Kim wasn't yours fully. You know. And then when the Locks left, it was a wrap for Bad Boy.
That's true.
He's always trying to find that Biggie magic, and he couldn't find it.
Shine was okay.
Until
he got in trouble.
Shine was okay.
He was on his way though. He was nice.
He was nice, but he wasn't big.
Nope.
He sounded like him.
But that was just his voice. He wasn't trying to.
He wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to be him. Nothing. I'm not saying he was trying, but I'm saying he sounded like him, but he didn't. It didn't resonate.
You're right. So, I think it's a lot closer than anything. Like you said, with JD and Puffy, it's a lot closer than people think. And I like that you brought up.
I think it's a perfect match.
Yeah. So maybe they should do that.
Y'all both had R&B acts that were hits. Y'all both had rap acts that were hits.
20 for 20. 20 for 20.
The age difference shouldn't matter nothing.
I mean, what between the
I'm
two
talking
of
about the age difference between their rap acts.
Oh yeah.
Because you had Criss Cross and Lil Bow Wow was for kids,
which was still a good market.
and Biggie was for real niggas, street niggas, who had kids.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it would be a dope matchup just because Bad Boy and So Def were so much alike. Nigga, So Def got Jagged Edge. Puffy got 112. We already saw that fucking battle, nigga. Didn't we? Jagged Edge and 112.
Yeah.
We already saw that battle. That would be dope though. The new Joyner Lucas and J. Cole. You heard it?
No, not yet. Want to.
It's pretty nice. It's a nice little ditty. Nice little groove. I like it. It's good to see Joyner Lucas. I don't want to say back because it's not like he left, but I like when Joyner releases music. He's one of my when I talk about the favorites, he's one of the ones when they release music, like I stopped and I was like, all right, I gotta listen to that song. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Birdman says Drake will be the richest rapper and NBA YoungBoy will be the biggest. Part of that statement is true, and the other part, nah.
Well, but you know what? When I saw one of NBA YoungBoys, when I saw I guess the views for a couple of his videos, this nigga's in 100 millions for some bullshit ass song I've never heard of. So that nigga does have a ridiculous fan base out there.
Well, young motherfuckers love him.
Yeah, young dumbass.
Bro, we out the loop, man. Nigga. We out the loop.
Yeah, I thought, and you know what? I don't mind waiting for all of my favorites to ever drop because I will not act like I like none of these niggas. None of them. Because I know how rap's supposed to sound.
I understand.
Yeah. So, but I get it, though. I mean, I get excited for you.
NBA YoungBoy, one of them niggas that, like, he'll probably surprise you with a song on Pandora. You know, I was talking about last week.
Yeah.
Like, that he one of them artists. I don't follow him like that. I don't listen to his music, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But talking about the biggest, I don't know because you still got the baby out there, and you still got a little baby out there, and you still got motherfucking Roddy Ricch coming back, Rod Wave out there. Like these niggas ain't like. It's hard to just say. It's hard to just say this nigga's gonna be the biggest rapper when all these niggas is kind of on the same
Oh, they're on the same
plateau, not plateau,
but they use
same
the same
plane.
formula. Like all of them have a same formulaic way of making music, and
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. You know what I'm saying? They can do that. These people are entertained by it.
Mm-hmm.
Will it get bigger? Of course, I believe so. But as far as will it like continue on the test of time, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Like, nigga, you can't tell me no song these niggas made 5 years ago that'll be like, I remember where I was at when I heard this shit.
Nah.
Nigga, no. So, so I mean, Drake is who he is. Certified lover boy came and went. I'm sure girls will keep that shit alive. Like, I'm waiting for Kendrick.
I'm waiting for Kendrick too. It's just funny about this because you saying that it's the perfect segue for the next question because it's still pertaining to Drake. I seen something that said uh it was a question. It might have been on the Shade Room, but it was like, is Drake in 2021 bigger than Michael Jackson in his prime?
Now this is the
You give
bullshit.
your answer and I'll give you mine.
I say fuck no.
Okay, that was my answer.
When you ever seen a motherfucking documentary? Now, mind you, this was I would even say this is I would say after Prime. Michael is like
Nigga, after prime, Michael is
it's
bigger
like
than most of the artists out here.
nigga. Period. But like I said, when you get to like remember the time and like some of the other like bad and stuff, like he already like his biggest hits had already like passed, but those were hits. So it's like when you used to see those videos of those kids,
Michael
white girls
Jackson.
are fainting. Like
Michael Jackson.
girls used to be fainting.
Let's say, all right. Past prime Michael Jackson would be uh Heaven Can Wait, Heartbreak Hotel, the new version, not the old one. That song he did with Chris Tucker in the video. You Rock My World.
Yeah.
That would be past prime.
Past Prime.
Do you know how
was a
much
hit,
that
though.
fucking album sold?
That was a hit. That was a hit too.
That's what I'm saying. You know how much that album sold? This is that's 40-something-year-old Michael Jackson. Way past his prime. You know, he can still dance, but he ain't doing the moves like he used to. That moonwalk don't slide so well. That's that Michael Jackson. And y'all are asking me, I don't think Drake is bigger than that Michael Jackson. Because that Michael Jackson could sell out the O in London. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. Drake is a superstar. He is, as of right now, he is the biggest pop rapper. He's the biggest, like he's the most, maybe the most popular rapper. Is he the best rapper? That's not in this conversation. No, but popular rapper, yes. But is he as big as Michael Jackson was?
Fuck no.
Fuck no. Like not like this nigga had a theme park.
I don't even know why the question. I don't know why it's a question because we tend to forget how big Michael Jackson actually was while he was alive.
Man in the mirror. The motherfucker made Man in the Mirror. The dog. When you just see that video for Man in the Mirror, and you see all these little white kids
So
fainting and falling the fuck out.
Here's what's gonna be the test. Drake's what, 30, 31, 32? He in his 30s. He in his early 30s. He might be older. When that nigga's 50, when he's Jay-Z's age, number one, will his albums have aged as well as he did? I'm gonna tell you right now, most of his albums, no.
That first shit.
Hey, you know what I noticed? We only use the fucking sound effects once today.
Yeah,
We ain't had no reason to use them. his first album. No, what was that? Thank you. Which one was that?
Thank you. Something later.
Thank you later.
Something like
Take
that.
Care probably will age, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
the
saying.
rest of them shits, dog, who's listening to him now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like I'm not saying that he doesn't have.
I'm
great
still
music.
listening to Thriller.
I don't mind listening to Thriller right now. I don't mind listening to PYT right now. I don't mind listening to Beat It. I'm not listening to Best I Ever Had. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. You know? So
And that was
remember
mixtape Drake.
Yeah, I don't want to hear I'm successful right now. Nope. I don't want to hear that shit. I just want to be successful. Nope. I want to hear that shit. I want to hear some. I want to rock with you right now.
Yeah, see, that's the
Stop
thing
that
about
shit.
that's the thing about the singing rappers.
Yeah.
Like your songs, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop because whatever I say, it's gonna sound like I'm a hater. I ain't
Yeah, but I
really
like I said,
giving a
what we
fuck
said, we
about.
said no. I say no.
He's not bigger than. He will never be bigger than Michael Jackson
Mm-mm.
was at any point in Michael Jackson's career. Michael Jackson with the Jackson 5 was bigger than Drake is now.
Motherfuckers had a cartoon. Drake ain't got no cartoon.
Like you can take the streaming numbers how you want to. There was no such thing called streaming back then.
And streaming ain't nothing but bullshit. If you think about it, because a nigga could.
You can play the shit 30
Oh.
seconds and get the stream.
Yeah, and then
So that means if I listen to your song for 30 seconds, turn that shit off like, hey, this is trash, you still get the stream.
Yeah, and then plus you have people who listen to the shit multiple times. Listen to the shit 20 times. One person will listen to your song 20 times.
Put that shit on repeat.
Yeah.
And you get the stream.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, it don't mean you got 600
Nicki
million.
Minaj tried that shit. Let me stop because I'm not sure if it was Nicki Minaj, but somebody was telling their fans to just like, it might have been Chris Brown, telling their fans to just play that shit on repeat. You can turn the volume down. Just play that shit on repeat. Just sit your phone down and play that shit on repeat, and they get the streams.
Yeah, don't.
You couldn't do that shit back in like nigga. You actually had to go to the store and physically buy the shit for it to count.
Don't sit here and think motherfucking Drake got 300 million fans. No, he doesn't. He got a bunch of girls who like that singy songy shit, and they play that shit multiple times.
He got some weird ass niggas that like it too.
Yeah, there is. Shoot, but don't sit here and think that like all of America's feeling that nigga. Nope.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the only Drake songs I like is where he rapping.
Yeah.
Like when he get into his rap bag, there's not a single harmony on it, not a single singing note on it. Them the Drake songs I like the most.
And yeah, and even with that being said, and we're not talking about the album, but the way that nigga seem to be flowing these days, that shit sound like spoken word, and not to the beat. But I mean, he's saying a slick thing here and there. So whatever.
I think Drake is on a decline. So We'll see what 5-10 years looks like.
Yes, sir.
We'll see what 5-10 years looks like. I don't think a lot of artists are gonna have that. Drake might be just up there to where he can't really come down, just as far as his popularity. So he might just be up there to where whatever he released,
people gonna
listen to. You know what I'm saying? But the quality of music and his he didn't evolve. His songs sound the same. His style is the same. There's nothing different.
Yeah, it's the
You know what I'm
formulaic.
saying?
Like you follow a certain format,
Yeah.
and dudes are copying your format. But does that mean that this is good music?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. All right, let's get to R. Kelly.
Hey man, come on.
Nah, this ain't even R. Kelly, dog. This is just some crazy shit because the
that
trial's
nigga's
still
guilty.
going on.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
The trial's still going on, right? So I guess the last thing I heard, they were entering the closing arguments. But nigga, the defense rested, and you know not the defense, the prosecution rested, and the defense came up and started calling witnesses. So they called up a witness to testify on behalf of Robert Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This nigga, this ignorant motherfucker, in the middle of his testimony, asked this nigga R. Kelly, could he listen to his demo?
In the middle of his
In the
testimony?
middle of his testimony, this nigga said, "Can I play my demo for you?" This nigga said, I still want to work with him musically." This is a nigga that worked with him before, but you know what I'm saying? He wants Robert Kelly to listen to his demo.
That nigga from Jacksonville.
No, I don't think he from Jacksonville. Yeah, this is more serious. Somebody should have slapped him while he stood on the stand. Dog, nigga, are you serious? Are you serious, right?
That's
Dog,
terrible.
If because you know they bring up character witnesses all the time.
Yeah,
If you a
shit.
character witness from me, bruh, what does it look like that you on the stand, supposed to be a character witness, telling them how motherfucking good of a person I am, and then in the middle of your motherfucking testimony, yo man, can I play my demo for you? Dickhead.
Yes.
Dickhead. Do you know how that's
Surprise, motherfucker.
fuck him?
You going to jail now? Okay, what's up,
Let's
go, nigga. You going to jail?
You just sent me to jail, nigga. I mean, he was going to jail anyway. Because it ain't
going.
nothing these niggas gonna be able to say to stop this shit.
What?
R. Kelly going to jail. But if you up there as a character witness, supposed to be testifying on behalf of this man, how good of a person he is, and that you never saw no shit like that, and then in the middle of that shit say, yo, can I play my demo for you? How the fuck does that look? You up there,
messed up.
You up there with an agenda. You don't really believe none of the shit that you saying. You up there, you decided you was gonna get up there, ask this nigga to play your demo, and because you have to say nice shit about him, he gonna say yes. That's what it looks like. That you only up there to say nice shit about him so you can have a chance to ask him to play your funky ass demo.
Crazy.
This boy, R. Kelly, you got horrible people around you. Horrible people around you.
Horrible.
And nigga, I'm telling you, that episode of the fucking Boondocks where they had the R. Kelly trial, Huey said the realest shit in the world. If you love R. Kelly, introduce him to, like, come on, man. Yeah, listen, we talked about this shit last week, how motherfucking people feel like how they motherfucking feel about these entertainers and shit and figures, big figures that are such a big deal in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But because we outside of that shit, we don't feel the same. So it's easy for us to call out the bullshit. Nah, y'all gotta start calling out this bullshit within y'all, within your jobs, within your motherfucking friend groups, within your families, within your motherfucking business associations, nigga, within your social clubs, your secret organizations, what the fuck ever. You got a nigga doing nasty shit. I don't care what he means to you or the people. If he nasty, call that nigga out. We don't need this shit.
Simple.
We don't need this shit. We don't need it. Because fucking 12 Play is a classic. But guess what? I'll never listen to that shit again.
Nope.
Because that's a nasty nigga. Oh, but all right, you said last week, you should take the message away from the nigga. No, you can't take his voice off the song and have another nigga sing the song and still enjoy the song. It's still his song. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that does anything with that song, it's still his song. That's R. Kelly. You're going to think about R. Kelly when that song plays. That's different.
Yeah. And it hits different because this man, and we all know he's charged and we know what he did, but like I said, crimes against children, someone who can't defend themselves, who don't know who don't know no better, and you know better, and you take advantage of the situation, ain't no coming back from that. And he was a serial person. He did it over and over and over.
Serial.
Yeah, over and over again.
Aaliyah
So,
wasn't the first.
no.
Aaliyah wasn't the first. That's just the most publicized one. And he should have been out of there after
Then,
that.
that should have been the end of him, right?
That should have been it.
Back
No more R.
forth,
Kelly. No TP2. No Chocolate Factory.
Should have been none of that.
All these goddamn songs that we love. No Step in the Name of Love. We shouldn't have seen none of that shit.
Should have been.
No, I Believe I Can Fly. We shouldn't have been able to see none of that shit. Because now you got all these motherfucking classic songs that you love, and you put that in between you and your feelings for what the fuck he did. And he did the shit. He did that shit.
Yeah.
Guilty. That nigga is guilty.
He did it.
Yeah.
Ain't no way around that
He
shit.
said, how old are we talking? How old are we talking? Oh, that nigga's the worst. Hey, dog, after that, hey, it should have been interview over. How old are we talking? How old are we talking? Nigga. That should have been it. That should have been it, dog. I'll never get that shit.
Hey, you out of there, man. Out of there. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just take your ass to jail. And that nigga that got on the stand for you, he just made it worse.
Yeah, dog.
If you wasn't going to jail, you definitely going to jail now.
Going to jail now. Nigga need a.
You going to jail now?
Okay,
You going to jail now?
Let's go, nigga.
You going to jail?
That nigga need a dunce hat and a sit in the corner. Dumbass nigga.
A dunce hat, a stool in a corner. I love when I say some shit, or if you say some shit and it click in me. Oh, that's the title.
Yeah.
A dunce hat, a stool in the corner. That's just dope. Anyway, let's get to this main topic, man.
Deserve.
Shit. It's hot in here and sweating and shit. Damn liquor. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the divide and conquer tactics that we be seeing out here. This don't have nothing. This ain't no segue into this. This just a fucking topic that a nigga just ran across and was like, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the elevation of the black man. Excuse me. The elevation of the black woman over to the black man by non-black people. Divide and conquer, right?
Hey, very, very deep. There's I would say there's many culprits to this whole equation. The white feminists.
Yeah, it's not simple as it sounds.
No, not at all.
Like this shit is not just. Well, go ahead and allude to what you was alluding to.
Yeah, there's several key factors that seem like they, use these tactics. Birthed out of the civil rights movement. You had the women's rights movement that was getting steam, and the independence of and showing the strength of women. That particular movement was meant to take away from the civil rights movement. All right, with that being said, you have men or black men who wanted their voices to be heard in a voting, with the opportunity to vote. Mm-hmm. All right. So with that being said, you had these two things happening at the same time. So what you have here is you have white women who are basically saying to black women, like, hey, join our fight. Don't you want to be heard too? All right. That way, basically isolating the black man by himself to see, basically have him in the civil rights struggle, because like you said, it seemed like when we think about the civil rights struggle, we think about only men, even though there were black women who were very vital to the civil rights movement. But
yeah, Rosa Parks,
the
freedom riders, a lot of that shit.
So what you have here is when you have the the crime bill and you have the mass incarceration and all these different things, the black man is the ills of society. When you see an upstanding black man today, you're like, I wonder how he got the degree and is he smart or you wondering what kind of tactic or whatever as if it couldn't happen organically.
That's the first class experiment. A black man in first class, they always wonder what he did to get here. What sport do you play? Or how much drugs did you have to sell to get here? You it's never are you a lawyer, are you a businessman, are you a doctor? It's what sport do you play?
The
or you're a
scariest
rapper.
man.
What kind of entertainer are you?
Yeah, because the thing about it is, if you're an upstanding black man, you are the scariest thing to America. So what do? Divide and conquer. We want to perpetuate or push the idea of the black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you hear about any kind of black inventors, even the man who supposedly made not supposedly who came up with the invention of the super soaker, you didn't have that publicized.
Right.
You ain't hear about that shit until years later. This man created fun for kids for generations, but you don't hear about that shit. But hey, black woman decides to make sorority fraternity shoes. Shoot, she got a page in Black Enterprise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's almost as if there's more strength in elevating that image,
and
no strength in elevating us.
That's a lot of why. That's a lot of what made me think about this, because now, don't get me wrong. Shout out to all black women entrepreneurs. Shout out to all black entrepreneurs, period. All black businesses. Y'all already know how we feel about this. There's not a negative view I have on black businesses. You feel me? In the aspect of supporting black businesses. Okay? But it's just like you said. You don't see you see this elevation of this highlighting of black women owned businesses, and they specify it as black women owned businesses. It's not black owned businesses anymore. It's black women owned businesses, and they have their own highlighting of that. And it's like you're starting to see more black women professionals being elevated, teachers, entrepreneurs, CEOs, whatever like that is. If a black woman does good in business, boom, you get the highlight, you get recognition, and on a level, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they should get their recognition.
They deserve to be celebrated.
But you got to look deeper into it as to why and the who is doing the elevating.
Exactly.
That's what we're getting into. It's not that you're being elevated, black woman. We want to elevate you as black men.
Right.
I lift you up. You deserve all the recognition you get. But it's looking at who's doing the elevating and why they're doing it. Because you see all the time, like you've seen it all the time, the separation of black woman and black man by, and I'm just going to come out and say white people. You know what I'm saying? Because we had this whole thing about dominant society that it's just like, I mean, that they are, because they're the majority population in this country, and everything that really is run in this country is run by them.
Still.
So yeah, that. But by them, that's who's doing the elevating, and they're doing it for a reason. And the reason is to separate you from us. To get you to see that, oh, I'm black woman, hear me roar. I'm this, I'm that. I don't need that black man. I can do this without him. It's been that way since slavery. You know how they did that shit? when they took the black man, beat him to within an inch of his life, made his woman and his child watch, bent him over the rail, fucked him in front of his wife and his child, just to show her just how little power that man has in this situation. Right?
Crazy.
So now that black woman in that moment, seeing that, says, I have to be the strong one. Even though Massa was raping her too, he ain't do it as a, I mean, he did it as a flex of his power, but he ain't flex it in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He wasn't doing it to say, this nigga can't protect you. He was doing it to say, are you mine now? And I'm the one that, you know, that you should be looking to. And
That's what they say.
yeah.
And I mean, I put like this, I don't believe there's nothing that is not done by design. Everything is done by design.
Definitely.
The school system, public school system, you are quicker to see a black female elevated to principal before you see a black male elevated to principal. Why? Because a black man who makes decisions, who is over a group of white people, no, we can't have that. You can't determine whether or not if I'm going to come back or not. You can't do that as an administrator because guess what? It goes against their natural order of things. This Negro can't tell me what to do. And we are, as a person in education, we're less than 2% of the population as it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, if you see a black educator or a black principal, more than likely he's probably the head of a black school. But other than that, it's like seeing a unicorn. You don't see any black male teachers. So, you know, I say that to say this is like you see it all the time.
I know one black man in my lifetime, one black man that was principal of a majority white high school. And that was damn, that's fucked up. I can't remember his name. But he was principal in Bay City, where I grew up, Bay City, Michigan, at Central High School. Damn, I want to say it's Mr. Charles, but I'm not 100% sure that was it. But cool dude. I never got the honor of being a student under his leadership, but he was a good dude.
Right.
Good dude. And he was principal there for a while. Did a good job.
Yeah.
But it's you know, when you see men in that position, and this was definitely not now. This was in the 80s, 90s. You look at, you know, what he had to, the shit he had to put up with in that position. You a black man at a principal in a majority white city. 90-something% of your kids are white. So you got to deal with parents. Now we getting off topic, but I just wanted to talk about this. You got to deal with parents. You got to deal with the school board. You got to deal with all kinds of nonsense. Any motherfucking, the slightest misstep, and that's your career. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me wonder, because I was young during that time. I wasn't thinking about this. Now it makes me wonder how that man had to move in that situation to even be in that position.
Shoot, and I mean, he's probably probably a strong dude, but in most instances, and maybe that was in that earlier time, but in 2021, you have to be damn near emasculated. You have to be damn near a feminine male to be in a leadership position, because that's who
to even be in education, because they don't want.
They don't.
And I don't like the whole alpha male. Like,
sometimes that can be just considered just a dude who's an asshole who wants things his way.
But in this, they don't like the confident, strong, masculine male.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why I don't subscribe to the whole alpha male thing, because that same male in the animal kingdom could still be a wolf, could still be a beta. But nigga, a beta wolf is still a fucking wolf.
Still a wolf.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
why I hate that whole alpha beta shit, because we look at it as a beta is a weak motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talking about beta males, you like, oh, that nigga's a beta. He's a follower. He's a pussy. He's effeminate. Nigga, a beta wolf is still a fucking wolf. It will fuck you up.
Still.
Yeah. So I don't subscribe to that shit, because leadership makes you, like, it's so many aspects of human society. You could be considered an alpha in one aspect, but then when you enter the next aspect, you'd be a beta. Because alpha is only just the head, the leader, the one in charge, the one that makes the decisions.
Right.
The one that's more knowledgeable about what's going on.
Well. In
But
essence,
that's off topic. So let's.
Well, just to get back to it, in essence, when we're talking about the black woman being elevated, you want them to be elevated in a. I hate using the words that these dudes use now, saying by in a space, in a particular instance where they're not being used as a token to be an enemy to the black man.
Let's expound on that, because I got election highlighted here.
Well, and what I mean by that is, okay, you get this position.
Just by election, I mean, like, when you're saying you don't want it to be in a space where they're elevated as an enemy to a token, right? The election,
right?
The 2020 election,
right?
2016 election,
right?
Since then, it hasn't been the black vote; it's the black woman vote. And they highlight the 96% of black women that voted Democrat, even though 88% of men vote Democrat. But because it's 96%, they highlight that, because they put black woman on this pedestal of being a champion for them. Like, you're our champion. The black man didn't do shit for us. You're our champion. Black vote, nothing. No, it was the black woman vote that got us over this hill. And you see figures like Stacey Abrams getting well-deserved recognition. Ladies, when y'all hear this, don't think that I don't think y'all deserve recognition. Let's just look at who's doing the recognizing. We recognize you, but let's just look at who's doing the elevating and why. You see Stacey Abrams getting all this praise for what she did in Georgia.
Right.
Kamala Harris. These are just two names. You know what I'm saying? Other what's my girl name? Nina. Was it Nina Brown in Ohio?
I'm not sure.
Like, these women political figures that get elevated for the work they do for the Democrats. In this whole back and forth right now with COVID and the vaccines and shit, you get a lot of women figures coming out speaking for why people should be taking the vaccine and things like that. And they elevate them. They give them a voice and a space to say these things, because it's like, it's you who needs to bring us over that hill. It's you who, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, we looking at the Democrats doing this shit, and bro, I just posted a picture today where it was like the Republicans are the two white people that had the guns on the lawn when the protesters was out there, and the Democrats is the mom and dad from Get Out. Like these is the same. Like these the same kind of fucking people. Only one pretends to like your black ass. One tells you to your face, we don't like you.
That's it. That's the only difference. That's the only difference.
And this is why it's dangerous, because that one that pretends to like your ass will do that shit, pretend to love you, tell you everything good about yourself, and then everything bad about your counterpart. Black women, they'll tell you everything that's great about you. And in that same time, they dissing black men. And get you to dissing black men.
In the same breath.
Knowing that us together is way stronger than we are apart. That's and that's the most important thing. Black men, black women together, way stronger than we are apart.
Yeah. So with that being said, it's like, hey, don't let the elevation or the recognition that you're receiving separate you from the house. Don't.
And in getting that recognition, goddamn. And getting that recognition, ponder who's giving it and why.
Yeah, because there's an ulterior motive.
Because it always comes with, like, they do it slickly too. They do it slickly. They'll elevate black women in business, and then they'll say, you know, such and such percent of black men are in jail, and such black men, or they'll throw some dumbass stat that shows the trajectory of black men to business and school and black men to prison, making it seem like we a lost cause. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then black women look at that, knowing that we are not. Black men, we're not a lost cause. Don't fall for that okie doke. Right? Don't fall for that okie doke. Black men are not a lost cause. There's more black men. What was the stat? There's more black men in school than are in prison or some shit like that. I don't know. The percentage.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. But they trying to make it seem like just black men are falling by the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Well,
further.
at least present that perception.
Yeah, and then they had the deadbeat dad theory or myth, when, what was it, like 80-some% of black dads are in their kids' lives, whether they're married to the mom or not. Like, y'all gotta these we take these minor aspects of our life and we blow them up. Like when we look at the few niggas who are deadbeats, but because they're deadbeats, they get blasted for it. Rightfully so. But in that blasting, people are more loud when they're upset than they are when they're happy. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah. People are more loud when they're upset than they are when they're happy. So if you got a good man, he's treating you right, doing everything he can to please you, you quiet, you happy, you living your best life. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I'm like, whatever. That don't faze me. I'm not upset at that. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn, when that man break your heart, he a bitch ass nigga, and you gotta let the world know. You know what I'm saying? He a fuck nigga. He a fuck nigga. He a dog. He a deadbeat. He all type of shit. Now, when he was doing you good, you was quiet about it. You was happy. You was content in your home, smiling and shit. You know, I got a good man, that you was saying to yourself. When he step out that one time, the world knows he cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe if maybe if the appreciation was as loud as the quote unquote fuck you, maybe he wouldn't have stepped out on your ass.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And women like there's this thing called love languages now, right?
Right.
Where you like, oh, you got to know your significant other's love language. Sometimes you can't just say it; you have to do things. Or sometimes you can't just do things. Some people like verbal confirmation and touch and all this shit, and which is not wrong. It's just I don't buy into all of it because let me backtrack. It's cool, but when we talking about the nigga doing all this to keep a woman happy and she's happy and content and quiet, you know what I'm saying? She probably thinks she doing that love language shit. Thank you, baby. Giving him hugs, give him good sex. You know what I'm saying? Suck his dick with no question. Well, we grown here, right?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
She doing all that. That's where that love language shit comes from. And then you get cheated on, and you want to know what's wrong. I touched on all the basics. I sucked his dick. I cooked for him. I said thank you, and all that's private. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You right.
And I'm not saying that like I'm not saying every nigga needs somebody to just blend. Like I'm not even this type of person where I need somebody to just, oh, my man is so good to me. Like you ain't got to tell that nigga. My business is my business.
Right.
I hate that shit. But I'm just saying, these other niggas might need that. My man is so good to me because it's just like I'm saying, you so happy and content when he doing you good. You smiling. You know what I'm saying? You quiet with your affection and your love and admiration for this man. But when he breaks your heart, it's World War III and the world gotta know you at war.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
You dig? We on a whole nother topic. Let's roll with this. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, man. But I mean, you're right. I mean, shoot, when things are going smooth, hey, we quiet about it. We somewhat. I don't even want to say taken for granted might be another word.
Yeah,
And then,
that's in there.
mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time it ain't even being taken for granted. It's that being boisterous about the breakup. You know what I'm saying? Like you loud as hell when things are bad.
Was that more women or men?
I've seen men do it too. The emotional type.
There's some emotional ass niggas out there.
I've seen men do it. You know,
I've never put anyone
I've seen
on
more
blast.
women do it.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, you go on Facebook or Twitter and just scroll. You'll see a woman talking about how shitty her ex is.
All the time.
You don't catch one. If you follow a lot of people on Facebook and Twitter, you'll see at least one.
And then waiting to exhale hoes. I swear to God, like you taking all these damn selfies as if, oh, I want to show this nigga what he missing.
This is
Man,
why I like
that shit.
This is why I like the expressions of black love. Like when I see couples take selfies and they put their selfies, post that shit, like them the pictures that I like. So I'm like I'm cool. Like especially if I see people that I know personally. Like I've got friends, like these ain't friends that I'm like talk to every day, but it's like people that you went to school with and everything, and it's like they Facebook friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like it gives me a sense of pride to see them happy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, you got a dude now, he treating you well, and you post him all the time. I love that shit. That's awesome, especially if it's two black people. Like that black love shit warms my motherfucking heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see that shit, them the type of pictures I like. Like, dog, that's dope. Y'all happy. Cause if you wasn't doing that shit, but you was happy, but then something happened to where you not happy now, and then you started blasting this nigga. It's like, well, goddamn, were y'all ever happy? Because you never post about this motherfucker until he break your fucking heart. And now it's fuck this nigga, fuck my BD ain't shit. This nigga ain't it. Motherfucker then fuck my friend and the nigga suck 8 million dicks. I hate that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Real shit's funny, but it's real.
it is very real, man. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but it's always the balance. I don't want to say the balance of power, but the way in which um, we view ourselves or who we are in these particular type situations is like, hey, the woman is always somewhat, elevated, celebrated,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I mean, we just kind of like, I mean, upper lights, we just kind of share the light. It's always them, and there's nothing wrong with it.
They should be elevated.
They should be elevated, but then like you said, just
I'm not out here to say that they shouldn't.
yeah, no,
We should be doing the elevating.
Yeah, and like you said, it depends on who is doing the elevating as well. But it's like, okay, you just always seem like,
and we shouldn't be doing it
mhm,
just to spite the white man. We should be doing it
just
because we
because,
love our woman.
just because.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean a relationship love. I mean like a sisterly love, like a companionship love. Like we love y'all. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's why, bruh.
Well, I mean,
When we see women doing good, we should champion that shit. We should, whatever. When you see black people doing good, period, that shit should get a fanfare.
well, well, that
You know what I'm
and like I
saying?
said, for instance, okay, you have these award ceremonies and different things like coming out. It should be evident that we have an affinity for the black woman. Like
Our
I said,
pride should show.
well, even
That's
like
what
I
it
said,
is.
but with even black sponsored shows, so it's like, okay, the elevation or whatever by
Well,
whatever those
most black sponsored shows are led by black women anyway.
yeah
So they're going to. One thing that I know. One thing that I know. Black women are going to appreciate black women.
yeah
You know what I'm
yeah
saying?
yeah.
Where we fail as men is we don't do it.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, what I'm trying to say is just like, okay, in particular instances, it seems like the people who are marginalizing and isolating the black man, you know, and elevating, what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
we need to be mindful of these images. Like I said, when you have these award shows and these instances of platforms
Mm-hmm.
that we have access to, that affinity, like what we're speaking on, it needs to be shown, but it needs to be
Mm-hmm.
shown by us.
Yeah,
You
most
know what I
definitely.
mean? So it's something that should be, promoted and just
And
more
it's
apparent.
both ways, bro. It's both ways because it's
Yeah,
just like I said.
it's all
Most of these
good.
award shows, a lot of the aspects in the black community right now are led by black women.
Yeah,
A lot of the movements, a lot of the
yeah,
activist movements, the
about
ones
women.
that are more mainstream are ran by women.
So, but it's like, okay, now look, now is it by design? So it's like, okay, for whatever reason, we're the
Bruh,
only
here's
matriarchal.
here's go ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
was saying like matri, we're the only supposed or alleged matriarchal community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed, like I said, in the Spanish household, the man still. In the white folks' household, it's still the man. still in our house is the woman. Allegedly. I mean, until you actually go into a heterosexual male home and say where he's the head.
Well, here's my thing on that.
All right.
There are matriarchal, I'll say, communities in Africa. Whether we descend from them or not is beyond me, because most black people, we descend from many different regions of West Africa. We don't all descend from the same people. We don't all descend from the same tribe. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that is lost in where you actually come from. So to know exactly which motherfucking tribe we should be following is a moot point. Right now, the only real thing we know is that we descend from West Africa. So whatever tribe it is, it really don't fucking matter. We unite as a people. That's what I say about that. Now, there are matriarchal tribes, there are matriarchal kingdoms, in Africa. So there's nothing wrong with that. But when we talk about the home, a lot of us did grow up in homes where daddy was the man. You know what I'm saying? Whether he was the breadwinner or not. Dad made all the decisions. Dad brought down the punishments. Dad led the home. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're more matriarchal, but you only see that really in homes where there is no patriarch. There is no father. Or the father's a weak ass nigga. Because there's some of them too. Where niggas you just there because you don't want to be homeless and your woman does everything.
You're a homosexual.
Yeah. You sleep, you lay on the couch all day and just soak it. The air conditioner break, you don't even do shit to fix it. Her baby daddy got to come fix it. I took that from fucking First Sunday. If y'all can't tell, you laying on the couch, you don't do shit. You only there for sex, really. That's it. That's your whole purpose in life. She just got you there to fuck, and that's it.
Yeah, man, I got to go.
Damn. Shit was getting good.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
We gotta pick a different time to record, man.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, man. Let's knock out these quick hitters. There's only 3 left. Chris Cuomo accused of sexually assaulting his former boss in 2015.
God damn.
They got his brother up out of there.
You were about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this thing.
Yeah, nigga, they got your brother up out of there. You next.
Hey, is it a dude, somebody who was his boss? How you gonna harass
How you sexually harass your boss?
Like years ago, she's like, 10 years ago, I think he grabbed my ass when he hugged me. Let's get him the fuck out of there too.
Surprise, motherfucker.
They ain't got no shame, man. These white women ain't got no shame. They want to get you up out of there. All they gotta do is say it.
That's it. Just
say it.
It ain't even gotta be no truth to it. Man. And my thing is, let me on the job.
Listen, hold on, wait. Before you say, niggas, if you work with white women, be careful. Extra careful. Don't touch them. Don't even breathe hard around them. 6 feet. Not COVID. Stay 6 feet the fuck away. And when you greet them, dap them. Don't even do that. Just give them the peace sign, because you dap them, they might say he tried to hit me.
Look, and just like my dog said, but dog, I've never, ever, if I'm making money on the clock,
I ain't saying
shit to you.
From white women.
I'm not saying nothing to you inappropriate, no shape, form, or fashion. Because guess what? I know what it's like to be broke.
Yeah, I know y'all swirlers, y'all. Man, they ain't all like that. Mine ain't
Shit,
like that,
fuck
nigga.
out of here.
You got lucky.
Yeah, because she could have had
She
you
like you. If
lose
she
your
didn't
job.
like you, or if you didn't do what she wanted you, let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. If you didn't do what she wanted you to do,
You
she could
fucked up.
easily. There's a thin line between marriage and he raped me. Real shit. Real fucking shit.
That's a t-shirt.
Don't get a divorce, nigga. He raped me. He forced me to marry him.
Man,
And now your ass in jail.
Now you in jail.
They told you about them white women.
Hey,
They'll
I'm
leave
telling
their
you.
ass alone.
Nigga, stop drinking that coffee.
Texas mom tells the school board she doesn't want her children learning about anal sex.
Oh, I saw that whole clip. She said, but really it was supposed to be,
She says she's here to talk about anal sex.
but no,
I don't want my kids learning about anal sex.
But
And I said, me neither, bitch.
but the thing was, it was about like anti-vaxxers. So she went from talking about something about the vaccines to, okay, y'all supposed to be educating kids. You know, basically like she was a deflection. Like it was something about the mask, and it was like, okay, y'all shouldn't even be worrying about the mask, like whatever. But y'all should be focused on the fact that in these books, it's talking about anal sex.
Yeah.
So it was like a little deflection type thing, and she was like real blatant with it.
Let's go deep into what she was saying. It's in the books.
Yeah, so it's like you're not concerned with what you got in the books, but you're concerned about these masks and shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't want my kids learning about anal
Absolutely
sex.
not.
The fuck, folk. There is nothing that comes out of anal sex. There's no purpose for it. There's no reason for it.
Right.
It's
right,
a perversion.
Right. Basically.
It's a perversion.
But it's just so much. It's so much stuff that's being put on kids, but it's like
The only reason we were teaching kids about sex is because of the reproductive aspect of it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason sex ed is a class.
Right. But see, what the thing is, though, is like, okay, so we don't want to have these in books, but yet and still, and we shouldn't have in those books that's in a school. But then it's like, okay, but then you got the bullshit images on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that don't make nobody do nothing. You should just be better parents. Well, it's like, well, which one is it? Like, dog, I shouldn't have to read these motherfucking goofy ass books, and I shouldn't have to see gay sex in every motherfucking show.
And it's funny as hell. Y'all probably thought we was gonna say this white woman was crazy, huh? No, I agree 100% with this bitch. I don't want my kids to see that shit in their school books neither.
Yeah, it just
the fuck.
It's just really weird. Like, man, it's just a weird time. The double standard is crazy.
That's not something they need to know. Why does a 12-year-old need to know about anal sex? A 12-year-old really don't need to know about vaginal sex. I don't want my 12-year-old knowing nothing about sex.
Of course not.
Except that
but
to make babies, mommy and daddy do a special dance.
Well, in health classes there, you know that.
Yeah.
But in that particular book, it's like I said, if you do the research, you can find out exactly what this lady was talking about. And it's like, it shouldn't be there. It should not be in a middle school.
It doesn't need to be
there. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like, which one is it? Like, America's all kinds of fucked up. I mean, besides the freedoms we enjoy, that quotation marks.
The only thing, and we talked about this shit last year. I keep saying last year. Last episode. When we was talking about Chinese and the sissy shit. Nigga, that little aspect of control is cool until it hits your doorstep. If the government said, yeah, we gonna take all that shit out. No anal sex in the school books. You wouldn't bat an eye. Cool, good, great. Good job, government. Thank you. But then when the government says, we gonna change the word slave to voluntary servants. Oh, wait a minute, government. Y'all bullshit now.
Hold up now.
Look.
Fuck him! Fuck him up against the wall!
Y'all tripping.
Or hold on. So it's like, hey man, we don't want to be reading about this anal porn or whatever. We gonna take away all the free porn. What the fuck? Nigga, no double standards. Take all that shit off. Take it all off.
Damn.
Take it all off.
Derek Chauvin is appealing his conviction.
Fuck out of here. Fuck him.
Fuck him! Fuck him up against the wall!
I hope somebody's running up in there every night.
He was denied a public defender, so he's gonna be representing himself.
Oh. Hey, I need footage of that trial. He should be out of there.
Oh, just give it up, man.
Yeah, you blatantly killed somebody.
You did what you did, and we saw you do what you did.
And that's it.
You going to jail. Just be in jail. What you got, 10 years? What do you give him, 10 years?
Something like that.
Yeah, a little 10 funky ass years.
Yeah, dog. You deserve every last bit of it.
Wait, did he? He wasn't even sentenced. He was sentenced. He had to be sentenced.
Yeah, he got sentenced.
What, they give him 10 years? 15 years?
He was guilty on all counts, I think.
20 years? They ain't give him a lot of years.
I think like 15.
He didn't get like. Did he get life?
Gotta check that out. We gotta research.
I don't want to research it now because if I research it in my state and I don't see he got like life and I see he got like 10, 15 years, I'm going to post about it and I'm going to regret it when I wake up.
It'll be a nice rant on the ass.
Dog, I real deal hate posting on Facebook when I'm drunk and it'd be a cold ass rant now. Cause when I'm drunk, I'll never be in a state where I don't know what I'm saying. It just be when I wake up, I don't remember what I said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you 40 and you drink, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It ain't just me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I hate posting when I'm drunk. Cause I wake up and I'll be like, God damn, I posted this last night. And I got 50 comments. And I gotta read all the comments. And it's I can't believe you said that. And I can't say, suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. I gotta be cordial. Cause my mom on there reading the shit too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do I have a black owned business today? Today been hectic as hell, man. I didn't do a lot of research. I didn't prep today was horrible. So if y'all want to bear with me, I could find a black owned business for y'all to support. So let's just see where we at here. Who do I follow? Boom. While I'm doing this, man, go ahead. You got your last words?
Yeah, man. The divide and conquer. You know, we have to be more vigilant in understanding that we're always stronger together. Always stronger together. And like I said, when we talk about being intentional in our support of black-owned business, we need to be intentional in our support of the black woman, and her support needs to be intentional with the support of the black man, in the support of the black man. Like,
hell yeah.
it needs to be more of a, we need to be more of a support system to each other. So, and always be conscious of that, those evil forces that are out there trying to divide and conquer. Always be aware of who is the sender of the message. All right.
I like that.
Definitely.
I like that. Now I know who I'm looking for. I know who I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Edible something. Edible Blessings LLC.
Okay.
Edible Blessings LLC. And the reason I should have been highlighted this business because this is who I went to for Mother's Day. I got my wife a nice little edible arrangement. And she does a lot of desserts and stuff. She has She has vending machines. I don't know the locations of the vending machines. I'll probably get with my wife because she knows that information. I get my wife and I'll put that information on Instagram or whatever so that we can, share this. But this is local. She in Jacksonville. Um, all the good desserts. She got the vending machine where you go in there, you just pay your dollar, you select the cake or whatever you want. Advance this shit, and there's a lot of cake vending machines I've seen around, but because we fuck with her, that's the one we fuck with. I saw some in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So, and then she also has, I guess I'll call it a seminar where she teaches people how to get in the business of vending. So if you want to get a vending machine and sell your product, I guess it don't have to be uh baked goods or whatever, but that's her lane. But she teaches people how to get in the vending business. So that's dope. You can catch her on Facebook, Edible Blessings LLC, Edible Blessings, LLC. That's EDIBLE Blessings BLESSINGS. I know y'all know how to spell, but sometimes I don't be pronouncing my words, all especially when I'm drunk. So I gotta make sure y'all know I'm saying what I'm saying. LLC, not Living Learning Complex, but the business LLC. Remember LLC Dynasty,
Yeah.
nigga?
He did.
Hell yeah, but yeah, y'all hit her up, check her page out. She's on Facebook. Order some desserts from her. Somebody birthday coming up, order a cake. Find out where that vending machine is. Go in there and get you some treats or something. Y'all like treats. Y'all like sweets and shit. You know, so get you some. Uh, we about to get up out of here. So you know how we do. Everybody, y'all listen to this episode when y'all, if y'all at work, whatever, got us in the background listening. When you done with this episode, I want you to cut it off, and I want you to finish your day with the confidence. I hope you started your day with this confidence, but you got to be confident as hell. You real confident about your shit. You wake up, you got to be like, nigga, I'm Jadakiss, nigga. I'm top 5 dead or alive. You gotta have the confidence of 10 Jadakisses out there, nigga, to survive this shit, especially my black people, because you white folk crazy.
Straight up.
You white folk crazy. So you gotta be out there with the confidence of 10 Jadakisses so you can win at life. Just like we said, Fat Joe, this nigga got on stage, lost damn near every round. But in his mind, he won them
That nigga
shits.
won.
He won them shits. Because he got on stage with the confidence of Jadakiss. And it did not fail him. It did not fail him. If you believe you won, you won. Live in love like it's your last. Live in love like it's all you have. This has been the Fuck That Shit Dog podcast. Like we always do at this time. This has been the Fuck That Shit Dog podcast.
We out.